Hello everyone, my name is Masterstarman, and what I'm about to talk to you today is about one of the strangest, oddest coincidences that's ever happened in my life. And these coincidences all have to do with a calendar date. Specifically, September 5th, 2008. A date that is very significant in my life, as this was the date where I uploaded my very first Let's Play video. And you know what? It was crap. My first Let's Play was Super Mario 64 DS. And I won't deny that even with it being my original Let's Play, it had its moments of crap. Especially the quality. But, you know what? This was a huge stepping stone for me and my channel as a whole. And this isn't the last time Mario 64 DS and this date come up, as exactly 5 years to the date that I started my original Let's Play, I finished my redone Let's Play. That's right, the finale of the remake went live the same day as the original start. And well, the end of Mario 64 DS kind of signaled the end of the classic era on my channel. Because after that, I started dwelling into a couple years of just doing longer RPG-esque games that were kind of boring, that no one really watched or wanted to watch, and I just wasn't all around having that much fun with them. And in general, I just think Mario 64 DS was a great finale to the classic era of my channel. But that's not what this video is about. 4 letters. AC/DC. That's right, the purpose of this video is about one of the most bare basics, no frills rock and roll bands I have ever heard. And I used to hear them at hockey games all the time whenever I was a kid, but after picking a guitar up myself, Angus Young easily became one of my favorite players of all time. His style was simple, but he knew for sure how to rock the hell out, and the whole Back in Black album was basically my jam whenever I went into high school. And it's crazy to think that a band would stick to you for a long time besides just being your typical teenage mainstream hard rock band, but AC/DC just seemed to get better with age. Though I won't be discussing my thoughts on the whole Axl Rose scenario right now. Anyways, when I was in my senior year of high school, I learned they were putting out a new album called Rock or Bust. And it was a concerning album because 2 of the members dropped out of the band due to various reasons, resulting in much speculation on the album's quality and what lineup would be with the band, especially on the following tour. And it was also their first album in 6 years. So everyone was kind of skeptical on how good this album would have been. The moment I heard it for the first time, I knew half the title was true. It f***ing rocked. And it is my favorite album in recent years. When I heard the tour dates were announced, I learned they were coming to the Maritimes in form of Moncton, New Brunswick, and I just had to go see them. I ordered my tickets as soon as they went on sale, but there was one small problem. I needed to wait almost 7 months for the concert, and it was on September 5th, 2015. This date is starting to look a little more synonymous now, isn't it? As for the concert itself, I won't kid. They tore the whole place apart. Angus Young and Brian Johnson sound just as good as they did when Back in Black came out in 1980. And after the recent lineup changes, I'm honestly more than grateful for the fact I got to see them with Brian on the mic. Cause it was AC/DC 100%. They rode the rock and roll train all the way to the top. And Angus Young, I salute you. But, would you believe me if I told you that all of these things are not what this video is about? You may have noticed the recurring trend that all these events have fallen on September 5th. Well, would you believe me that there's something else that was more important to me than Let's Playing? Starting off my Let's Plays ending my best Let's Play period off with a bang, and seeing one of my childhood heroes on a stage about 10 feet away from me. This all seems very unlikely, but what I'm talking is true here. The thing I'm talking about is Pokemon. Okay. I know many people are very, very puzzled by this. And sure, everyone loves Pokemon, but there's a greater truth for me that nobody, I don't think, realizes. And no, September 5th isn't the first day I ever watched Pokemon or played any of the games, although that would be a stupid, crazy coincidence if it was. Anyways, allow me to go back a decade ago to a much simpler time where I was 9 years old, September 5th, 2006. I was a baseball player, and it was one of the last days of the summer for me. I was waiting to go to a baseball tournament later that day, and I managed to catch a rerun of Pokemon on TV. And now, you gotta keep in mind something here. When I was a kid, Pokemon aired at either 6 a.m. or I could catch a rerun of that same time 3 hours later, so 9 p.m. or 6 a.m. or 9 a.m. My bad, sorry. And yeah, my mother didn't want me getting up at 6:30 in the morning. She thought that was always too early. So at 9 a.m., I always had to be in school, so I pretty much never got to watch it during those times. So it was usually pretty uncommon that I got to actually watch it whenever it was on TV. And yeah, so it was kind of a treat to watch it on TV this time. But I was also initially puzzled because I realized Misty was in the group, and this was 2006, so they would have been long into the Hoenn generation by this point. But that's when I realized I was watching an episode of Master Quest, and the episode was called Mantine Overboard. And to give a brief synopsis of this episode, the gang basically ends up missing a ferry to an island they're going to, and an undersea researcher named Luca offers to take the gang with them, but along the way they learn she has a backstory and agree to dive down to a wreck with her to look for hidden treasure. And you know what? It's during this that honestly revealed to me what my whole life had been about up to this point. My entire lifelong dream was scuba diving. Even from an early age, I always had this dream. More than playing rock and roll, more than playing video games for YouTube, more than anything else in the world. And I was also very nervous and just subsequently never told anybody about it for years and years. It's a feeling I can't really explain, but for years I just felt like I needed to prove myself. And in 2016, a decade after seeing this episode that inspired me to want to inspire my dream, I just decided to pursue it. Coincidentally, this episode was recently put into rotation on Pokemon TV, and I watched it a few times, and you know what? It's a little better than I remember it. It's a light and honestly quite funny episode that never really takes itself too seriously, though I won't begin to question how characters A, can communicate underwater, and B, how electricity doesn't electrocute everyone. But just take it for what it's worth and don't question it. And if you can find this anywhere, I'd recommend watching it. But more importantly, it was this episode that inspired my dreams. And it was the stuff of my dreams, and not just one-off dreams either. I mean, years and years and years of these dreams. And that's what I have to share with you guys these days. If I can say any way I'd like to be remembered now, a Let's Player, a guitarist, and now a scuba diver are all ways I'd like to be remembered.